Blog Talk Radio.
What time is it?
WH Radio.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wrestling Heads Radio. Joining me now, I got Chris on the line. What's up? What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, Oscar?
What's going on, Chris? Well, fortunately, we only got one member of this tag team, but all right. Hopefully, we get the other guy. But he joined us in the show before. He's one half of the AWS Tag Team Champion, and you can say one half of the AWS Champion, Tag Team Champion. If you're familiar with SoCal Wrestling and Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, the name I'm going to say right now, you're very familiar with him. He's one half member of PPRAY, Pretty Peter Avalon. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? How are you guys doing?
Yeah. Where's your partner, man? He's missing.
No, man. Ray Rosas, he's always up to big things. He's always doing big things. But hopefully you guys can get him on the phone.
All right. Well, want us to give him a call right now? One more time?
Yeah, definitely. I shot him. Your guys' number as well. So if you want to try to give him a call, definitely.
Let's give him a call right now. Hopefully he didn't forget about us. Oh yeah, we got Toby on the line too. What's going on, Toby?
All right. Hey guys.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
I'm gonna
cool.
call
I
Ray
guess I have to wait for the show to start. Yeah. I'm so fucking pumped for this show. You guys don't even have any idea.
Well, Peter's on right now, so he's trying to get hold of Ray.
Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of Ray right now.
Hello?
Is this Ray Rosas?
This is Ray Rosas.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right,
yes.
We got Peter online, and the show had just started. So let's get the show.
Is Peter there?
Yeah,
I'm here.
Peter's
What's up,
with us
man?
right now.
How you doing, Ray?
Hey, Pete, what's going on?
Going all right, man. How are you?
I just got done training.
Oh, okay. I figured you were doing something like that. I told him you're always doing big things, man. So that's what you're doing. You're off doing big things.
Not as big as you, Mr. Biggest Man in Pro Wrestling.
Oh, man, I'm just off driving right now. That's all I'm doing.
I hope we don't give you a ticket tonight.
Yeah.
I got my headset on, so no hands, baby.
Oh, you're driving too?
Good.
Peter, you're driving too?
I am driving. I'm a safe and legal driver right now.
Well, I hope I'm not giving you guys a ticket tonight.
Sorry, we'll send you the bill.
Oh, crap. All
yeah,
right.
send that to Oscar, not me.
Oh, man. All right, then. Let's just get the show on the road. We're going to ask you guys questions, so I'm going to start off with a question, okay? I know we had Peter on like a month ago. Usually how I start off, I like to ask how you guys began your career, like how it all started. But let's just do it this way, okay? Let's have Ray start off. You could start out saying how you got in the business, how everything started. Then after that, let Peter come in and see how you guys start as a tag team.
All right.
Sounds good.
So you want me to start from the beginning then?
Yeah, you start from the beginning to let Ray.
Start
Peter.
from the time you were born, like when you were coming out of the womb and how. Yeah.
No, start from conception.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't really conceived. It was kind of an immaculate conception, you know. You know, so I was like,
figured it was.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I started training back in early 2009. Started training at the Santino Bros Wrestling Academy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. No, I trained with Joey Chaos. I trained with Supreme. Riley Phoenix, DC Killer, those guys beat me up every week until they said I was ready to start wrestling. I debuted in April, which in looking back in hindsight is probably way too soon for somebody to debut after starting to train in January. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. These past 4 years.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if there's anything specific you want to know.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, like how everything all started with you. Now, Peter, explain to our listeners how did you guys end up starting a tag team in case they don't even know.
Well, it really was just kind of a random thing. We each kind of had our own things that were ending at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and they kind of just paired us together, and we made magic happen. We have great chemistry together, whether we're wrestling each other or we're wrestling with each other as partners, or against each other. And then, yeah, I think it comes naturally to us. We're both Geminis. We're both born on the same day. So I think it's just the universe and the planets aligning that brought us together as definitely one of the most entertaining tag teams in SoCal.
Pretty much. It's pretty much how it happened. It wasn't anything that was like really planned. It wasn't something like, oh, we got to get these. Like, it didn't come from a booking office that said, hey, we got to get these two together to be a tag team. It was kind of like, okay, there was like Ray's not doing anything right now, Peter's not doing anything right now. Let's just kind of put him in the same feud. And
yeah, they didn't have anything for. It was actually they joined three of us together. It was me, Ray, and Rico Dynamite. And then Rico Dynamite ended up going his own way after I lost my hair in that 6-man hair versus hair match. He ended up going on his own way with joining up with Tito Escondido and Los Bandidos, forming one of those, that awesome team. And then Ray and I just kind of stuck together and helped each other out.
Yeah, I remember all that. I've been following Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for years now. So I remember going back when you were in part of the Standard. So yeah, I remember all that. Chris, you got a question?
Yeah, and by the way, huge fans. For a very long time. I followed Championship Wrestling from Hollywood as well for a long time, since even before MAV TV. And which brings me to this question: how is the TV deal with MAV? Are the ratings okay? Because I think it's a great show. I just hope people are watching. And since you guys started on the national scene, have you guys been more recognized in public, or is it just as it always has been in SoCal?
Well, I say the ratings are doing very well. I'm not very privy to that information, but we're still on the network. We're still on the program. I think we air on MAV like 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah, we do air there a lot. Yeah. So I believe we're one of the more popular programs. I think the episodes are out of order too. So like some people will see us like 3 or 4 times, a week, and then another episode where we're on it, and then the following week 3 or 4 times a week. So they'll get a lot of exposure to us nationally. As far as like getting more recognition, I guess I get a little bit more followers on Twitter, but I don't hardly use my Twitter. But as far as getting recognized here in Southern California, it's when you go to the people. It's when you do your live events and your smaller shows. When you go out to the people, when me and Peter do shows in Southgate, we'll make more fans probably there doing a live event than we will probably doing a television event, because more people are out here to see us and get to see us more often, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because like I said, I live near Pittsburgh, and and I've been preaching to you guys for a while, and now that you guys are finally on national TV, these guys can see what I'm talking about, because the majority of them are just lazy to get on the internet and look, and definitely on this side of the country, you guys are being noticed, hardcore, and I just wanted to know if things were going well with the show ratings-wise. You said you didn't know. It's a great show, and
we're always being told. We're not told exact numbers, because that's really, we're the performers. That's kind of not, that's really not our business, I guess. But we're constantly told that it's doing well. MAV TV, that we're doing great things on MAV TV. We got Lucas Oil there. That we got their name there with us. So we're there, and people are taking notice of who we are. Plus, we're on KDOC as well, so we got our program on 2 different channels.
Yeah.
But the
Great
other
show.
channel is LA based, so I know you're not going to get that out in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the national steam, the national airing of the taping the show has just started. It's still in its infant stage, so it's kind of hard to tell how far the impact or how much impact it's reached on a national scale.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys are on for years to come because it's a great show.
Well, thank you.
Toby.
I'm glad that we got you guys' support, so we appreciate that.
All right, yeah,
Good,
definitely.
Well, I'm pumped to talk to you guys. I've been looking forward to this ever since I think Skip's confirmed that you guys are going to be on. So I'm just so excited to talk to the PPRAY, both of you guys together, not just Pretty Peter this time. But anyways, Ray Rosas, new IWL champion. I was there. I was fucking pumped, dude, that you won the title. Oh, you don't even know how bad I wanted you to beat Savoy. Oh man, I actually went up to Vic Luna before the show and I told Vic Luna that I said if Savoy wins, I am going to be so mad. So I am just so happy you won. You actually retweeted my tweet that I said right after the match. I tweeted yes, Ray Rosas, new champion. Yeah, man, I was just so pumped you won the title. You well deserved, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. I love wrestling for IWL. It's one of my favorite companies.
Yeah.
So it was one of my things. One of my favorite companies to work for. It allows me to. They give me a lot of creative freedom to do what I want as the Ray Rosas character. So it's kind of like the fully evolved Ray Rosas character. Maybe not fully completely, but it's more evolved than any other show that I'm allowed to compete on because of the creative freedom that they give me. But
it really shows.
Yeah, and Suave, he did a good job as a champ. Like, I don't think he gets still enough credit as he'll deserve for carrying the company for that year. It's tough. I mean, I've never been a top champion of a certain company or been the face of a company, but I've seen people do it, and I've watched people do it, and I can see the stress and frustration it is to be the draw of the company, the quote unquote draw of the company, face of the company. So I saw how tough it could be, and being tucked away as the secondary champ, like the Anarchy champion, for as long as I had it, the championship. It's kind of like a backseat, not like a backseat, but like you're there, but you're still having better matches, but you're not really counted on to be the draw like the top champion. So now that I'm the top guy, I'm now the IWL champion. Now it's my test to see if I can make people, if I can put asses in seats, if I can put eyes in the product as the guy. And I feel like I'm prepared for it since I've ended my year run or my 511 days as the Anarchy champ. I had a lot of top talent to wrestle and compete with. So I'm looking forward to see who Vic Luna's going to put in front of me as the IWL champion. Really looking forward to it. So I think Wreck the Hall's coming in December. Last year I wrestled Drake Younger in an Anarchy Rules match, and we had the cinder block and all this other mayhem. So you can only imagine what's going to happen this year.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you what, every one of your Anarchy matches that you were on the card with, like whoever they put you up against, you had the best match on the card by far. You guys would always steal the show, and it was just about time that Ray Rosas became the IWL champion. It was a long, to me it was a year coming, dude. But
thank you.
But go ahead, Oscar.
Well, before I ask my question, we got Bruce on the line.
Yo.
Bruce, what's going on, Bruce?
What's up, Bruce?
Over here with PPRAY. Say hi to him.
What's going on, man?
Pretty Petey, yo. I remember.
How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. I remember, I ran into you, let's see, over at Shamrocks over in Chino Hills. I introduced you to my two girls, and you were all hitting on them like crazy. That was the funniest thing. Oh, shit, that was like, I think a year ago.
That was a long time ago.
You can't introduce girls to Peter and not expect him to hit on them.
I know, man. That's just my. That
was the point. Especially when I was like hooking them up with drinks. I was like, yo, let me get back. And I think I hooked you guys up with shots. It was you. Let's see who else. Ray, Cadillac, and shit, who else was there? Someone else was there too.
I don't remember. It was a cool night though.
I think
I remember that night too. I remember.
I do too.
That shit was awesome. That shit was awesome.
Drinks in my system. I can't help myself.
You were totally cool that night. You behaved yourself quite well, so it's not like you did anything scandalous. I mean, it's not like you were walking around with your butt hanging out or anything.
That's another. I saved that for another day.
Yeah. But anyway,
so Bruce, got a question?
Yeah, I was gonna say. First off, I miss you over at the PWG shows. I do.
Thank you very much.
And
shucks.
I'm going to tell you something a little silly, but it's completely factual. Like, the only reason why I watch DVR, or the reason why I DVR in Hollywood, is for you, Joey, and Ray Rosas. There you go. I said it.
Well, thank you.
That's the sleaziest reason you could watch that program for.
Absolutely. That trio right there.
Pretty much.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that Ray and I are able to entertain you. Joey, too, I guess.
Forget Joey.
Yeah,
Joey.
That's funny. Joey, I guess, kind of. I don't know.
Well, I like Joey. As long as it's not Johnny Yuma.
Yeah. Fuck that piece of shit.
Oh, God, here we go.
There we go again.
Let's not even waste our time talking about Johnny Yuma, please. Please.
Yep, he don't even want it.
I mean, if you want, like, I could just throw up, and that'd be, more interesting than any talk about Johnny Yuma.
And then, now we're gonna get a bunch of stupid. Now we're gonna get a bunch of stupid tweets, or you get a bunch of stupid tweets from Yuma Muma. Oh, these guys are talking crap about me. These goofs. Yada yada yada.
Are you an ROH fan or on Twitter? I retweeted something. I retweeted ROH code or something like that.
That's Chris.
That's
Chris.
Chris.
I retweeted the post about that Johnny Yuma was saying he doesn't want to listen to us goofs, and he was talking to you, I think, in response. So fuck him.
Hey, I'm just in the middle. I'm just trying to promote you guys, whatever you guys do. So I'm in the middle, so I can't say anything. But how many levels? My question is, how many levels of hatred are there really for Johnny Yuma? That should be the question.
Infinite. There are infinite levels of hate for Johnny Yuma. Every day, Peter has to look at his hand and see the scar that is on his hand because Johnny Yuma broke it.
Yeah.
For life, Peter has to look at that, and that's my friend. You don't hurt my friend.
There you go.
That's why we're both.
How is Yuma such a heat magnet outside of the ring? I was like, Jesus, everyone bags on the guy. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy complains about everything.
Look at him. Just fucking look at him.
He's just a skinny little twerp.
I hate that guy more than anything.
All right. Before we continue on, let me let our listeners know, if you guys have a question for PPRAY, call us up at 760-454-1107, or you can tweet us at Wrestling Heads if you got any other questions to ask us. All right.
Unblock your phone.
I got a question. Don't not block your number, please. If you're gonna block your number, we're not gonna answer. All right. All right. I have a question. You guys are having a AWS show coming up this month on the 28th. You guys are gonna be involved of a 10-person tag match. I'm saying 10-person because you're teaming up with Tornado and Human Tornado and the Balor Brothers against 5 mystery women wrestlers, if I'm not mistaken.
5 on 5. It's a Bart AWS tradition.
Yeah. So I kind of asked Peter this a month ago, so I'm going to ask this to you, Ray. Do you feel comfortable wrestling with women in the ring, not in the bed? Because I know how you are. You're kind of smart.
I believe in equality among the sexes. I think that women are beautiful creatures. So why why wouldn't I want to combine two of my favorite things, wrestling and women? You know, and get to go and touch women and not get in trouble for it. So I think it's a win. So. And I'll get to get paid for it too. So this is like a triple win.
Well, that's a good answer, Ray. I love that.
What's the that's the ultimate answer.
So I'm living the life. I'm living the life, my friend. Living the life.
The life. The life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be at the show, so I'm going to be looking forward to it. Hope you guys don't lose like last time. So good luck.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Hey. I see them most of the time win. They're like invincible sometimes. I say, like, most of the time I see them win, they're like freaking Superman, like two Supermen.
We stop at nothing to win. We got to get that W.
Yeah. All right. Chris, Toby, you got a question?
I got 1.5 million questions. We can be on the phone all night.
All right.
Here we go.
No, for sure. But actually, I got a question for Ray. You need to, next time I see you, will you autograph my Won't Back Down DVD?
Of course.
For me? Oh, man.
Yeah, of course.
You guys, that DVD, you guys had an awesome match with, what was it? You were, I guess Eric Cross called you guys Crossroads or something. It was kind of funny. And against Eric Cross, you, Younger, and Drake Younger, and B-Boy. And I remember seeing that match on the card and just thinking to myself, this match has to go on last because you guys are going to do something so unbelievable. It's gonna be the best match on the card again. And of course, they put you guys on last, and you guys didn't just meet the expectations. You went way above what was expected in that match. That match was so unbelievable, and I pretty much just bought the DVD just for that one match, not to see stupid John Morrison, but just to get that match on DVD. But anyways, I know I'm rambling, but Vic Luna said that you guys pretty much put that whole match together by yourselves. What was the process in coming up with what you guys did with the shopping cart and the baseball bat and basketball and whatever else you guys used in that? That was unbelievable.
Well, it's the backstory of the whole match is, like, John Morrison was going to be there, so we knew that was going to be a big draw for us. So that's going to put a lot of extra eyes on the product that wouldn't normally be there. So you got to come ready, prepared to steal the show because you're going to have a lot more eyes on it and you got to have more exposure. Now me at IWL, and this is becoming an increasingly problem for me, is that I keep raising this bar too high for myself. I'm getting all these expectations. Like, you guys are telling me that every time I seem to be, getting better and better and stealing the show and whatnot. So now it's actually happening where I am actually raising this bar for myself. Like, I got a New Era 8, like, everybody remembers that I did the spear off the roof to Johnny's father. But the year before, I had to top the year before, which was when I did the diving headbutt off the other side. So it's like I said, it's becoming an increasingly problem for me where I have to keep raising the bar for myself and just entertain people. And I have no problem doing that, but it's just getting a little harder and harder. As far as that match is concerned, you have B-Boy, who's a legend out here in Southern California, and out there in the East Coast where he's made his name. And you got Drake Younger, who's one of the best competitors I've ever been in the ring with. I've never had a bad match with Drake. We had that Anarchy Rules match the month before, and we've had a 30-minute Iron match since. But that match in particular, me and Cross were looking to stamp our names as top guys that can compete on the level with B-Boy and Drake. So when putting that match together, you're putting this like, okay, we have the shopping cart and the cinder block had to make its glorious return, and you're planning the match, but you're planning like, okay, well, I'm probably going to take this, and Cross, you're going to take that, and whatnot. If you look at that match, majority of the time, it's going to be us taking the punishment because it's like, okay, I'm trying to prove that I can hang and bang with these guys, so I'm going to bump like crazy for them. I'm going to take the Death Valley Driver onto the cinder block to return the favor that Drake had done for me by taking the cinder block bump for me. So, you go in there with a lot to prove, and I think I'm glad that, and instead going on last was another thing, too, because I was afraid to go on last going after John Morrison in the Bucks, because John Morrison is a tremendous talent, tremendous draw, and the Bucks are the best in the business, bar none, individually and collectively. So going on after them would, it's like meaning, okay, now we really have to step this match up and really take some sick stuff and think of some sick stuff to give. So it meant a lot to go on last. It meant that the company trusted us to go on last and end the show off right. And I'm glad that you feel the way about that match.
Yeah, the match was unbelievable. I mean, the bump that Eric Cross took off the top rope and onto that shopping cart. I remember just going, oh my God! I'm like, you guys, the match is good enough. Can you please end the match already? It was just bump after bump after bump. I think the match lasted like 30 minutes, and it was just one sick bump after another. And it was just after a while you're going, okay, the match is already above and beyond what expected. What was expected. Just end the match already. It's getting crazy. And
one of my favorite chants that I ever got, and I got in that match was "Please Don't Die" chant.
Yeah, I remember that one. I don't know who started it, but I do remember chanting that. Bruce or Chris, whoever wants to go.
Bruce. It's Bruce's turn. Bruce, you got a question?
Yeah, well, this one's just kind of like a goof. The two have been teaming up together for like the longest time. I gotta know, what is the funniest thing that has happened in the ring that you two couldn't help but just bust out laughing in the middle of the match?
Oh man,
funniest thing? Anytime Ray and I are in there, we're always cracking up, having a good time. So picking one is difficult unless Ray has one.
See, my goal is to try to make the person whoever I'm wrestling break character at all the time.
Absolutely.
One time at AWS, I walked to the ring with an empty box of Trojan condoms in my fanny pack, and that already right there is pretty funny. But we were wrestling Los Bandidos, wrestling Rico Dynamite and Tito Escondido. And Tito has a reputation, and it's an unjust reputation that he's unsafe or that he's dangerous in the ring. Tito's never hurt me or I think he hurt like one person, and it was a complete accident. But Tito's got this reputation of being unsafe.
Unfortunately.
So, yeah, it's totally unjust. I want to go on the record now that Tito Escondido is completely safe, and he's taking care of me and Peter plenty of time.
They're great. Both of them are great.
Yeah, so I remember I threw the box of condoms, or the box of empty condoms at Tito, and he takes me, he's like, I don't use these things, and he threw me to the crowd, and I go, yeah, that's because you're unsafe. And he had like, he went from serious face to like grinning from ear to ear and just laughing, and we both kind of busted up, like having our own little moment in the ring. People are surrounded by people, you kind of like still kind of block out and have your own little moments in the ring.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was at that show. I remember all that, like the condoms and everything. I remember everyone was picking them up, and I remember I was messing with a friend of mine. So I was like, "Dude, you're not going to use them tonight, so give it to me." All right. I guess it's my turn now to ask a question. We all got dream matches. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have a dream match you guys wanted to see. All you guys want to see, but I think this dream match I have can actually work. I think it's actually possible, but this is my dream match. I want to see you guys against the Young Bucks in a PWG ring. How possible can that be? How possible can that happen?
Yeah.
I'd love to see it happen.
Yeah, it's totally possible. Peter and I just need a chance to crack back in there and really show our stuff. Like the last couple times, like for me at Gorilla, it was really nerve-wracking because you're expected to compete in Gorilla, and it's just a whole other level that people put on it, and the wrestlers work at a different level. So when I first started there, I was a little nervous. Going back, if I were a chance to go back now, I would have a different mindset. I feel like I would be ready. So I know if we had a chance to go back, we would really shine and impress, especially now that me and Peter are better as a tag team. We've had a lot of work on our chemistry as a tag team. So if we've wrestled the Bucks at AWS, but I know if we did a PWG match, we would do something special. I guarantee it.
Absolutely. We just need that opportunity to, like Ray said, to step into that PWG ring. Put us against any top tag team. I think we could definitely have some magic, whether it's the Bucks, Rock Ness, Dojo Bros, anyone like that.
All of the above.
Oh, Danny, and set something up.
Well, I want to say, I feel like right now, I don't know if you guys will agree. I mean, the rest of the guys, but I feel like PWG tag team division is going a little down. It might need help because some of the guys are going to, are rumored to go to WWE. Like Dojo Bros, they kind of broke up already because there's a rumor that Eddie Edwards is going to WWE, so they kind of broke up. I don't know what's up with Brian Cage and Michael Elgin. They seem like they just went separate, and the other guys. What's it called? The name of the tag team name? Super Smash Brothers. They don't even appear anymore. So, so this is what I wanted to do. I mean, I don't know if you guys are okay with it, but a few months ago we had Ring of Honor star ACH on the show, and what we did was on Twitter we bugged the PWG account like, hey, we want ACH on PWG. Now he did a match, and now he's going to be on the October 19th show. So if we say we want PPRAY on PWG, will you guys retweet or anything? Like we're gonna try to bug PWG to have you guys in. Will you guys won't mind?
Hey man,
not at all.
Your support is our support, man.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start doing that after the show. I'm gonna start tweeting. We want PPRAY on PWG because I'm pretty sure that crowd out there will love you guys out there.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Chris, you got a question?
And since you got on the topic of PWG, I wasn't going to go there yet, but what is it? I mean, I've heard a million podcasts and I've seen a million shoots, and I never hear any negative comments on PWG from the wrestlers, for anybody. But from a wrestler's point of view, what is PWG doing that is so different from other companies? Are the wrestlers more in control of their character, matches, better booking? I mean, is it the fans? I mean, what makes it such a positive atmosphere from a wrestling standpoint?
With Gorilla, they offer a unique product. They have themselves in a smaller venue where the fans can be closer together, interact, and it's definitely a safe haven for fans to go and be wrestling fans. Because if you go to another, a big wrestling show, like a WWE event, you're going to have some people giving you weird looks if you're trying to, react and be completely outrageous. But if you go to Gorilla, you can be an over-the-top wrestling fan. You can get beer in your system. You can get food in your system, and you can be just an all-out, over-the-top fan. And then you have these wrestlers who go out there and give 100, 110% to compete against each other and put on just, phenomenal matches for this small room packed full of people. It's its own unique product. There's nothing like it. And, Gorilla's just its own world, and it's definitely one of the best places to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I think I've heard they called the international waters of pro wrestling, and because that's in a sense it's a dream match fed because you'll have guys from Dragon Gate USA wrestling guys from ROH that you won't ever see happen because they're contracted to those certain companies, but they come to Gorilla, and then you'll see, your favorite Dragon Gate wrestler wrestling your favorite ROH wrestler that you won't normally see in any other show. You'll see, Gargano wrestling Elgin, but you can't see it anywhere else except for Gorilla.
Yeah, we actually just had that conversation. Actually, we have that conversation, me and Bruce, every day. But, like you just said, I mean, where else can Dragon Gate and Ring of Honor get together, with hands free, basically? But, and I know firsthand about the intimacy at Reseda and at Legion Hall. And my thing is, another thing, I mean, is Dragon is it free reign? I mean, you guys just have more luxury, more say-so in your character? I mean, it seems like a collective of everything to me, but it's just hard to put a point on everything,
I think you're just encouraged to go out there and have the best match you can. You're not really like this. There's no handcuffs. There actually no restraints. You go out there, do whatever, get over, and have a good match, and have him tear it down. And then the match after you's got to top you, and then the match after that's got to top that. And the main event's got to be phenomenal, and it is, because that's the thing about Guerrilla. Every match delivers what it's supposed to do.
It's like competitive improv. It's like it's very very competitive improv to me. I mean, it's very unique and it's very awesome.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, let me before someone asks a question, I just want to say I don't know if Peter and Ray knows, but on October 19th, PWG, the Young Bucks are going against Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, and we have no idea if for the tag belts or not. So that just shows Young Bucks need competition. So for our listeners, if you guys want to see PPRAY and PWG, you guys got to bug the shit out of those guys on the PWG Twitter account, and I bet you that it'll call them like in a week or so. So that's what I'm going to do. So you guys got to freaking bug those guys. You guys want them in PWG, because I know those guys listen to the fans.
They do.
All right.
They do.
Yeah, they actually do. I guess, Toby, you got a question there?
Of course. Pretty Peter. I got, I don't us wrestling fans never forget, but this was right before you broke your hand. You, in IWL, you won a match where you got some kind of a title shot. What was that title shot? I don't remember. I just remember you won it. I don't remember what the title shot was.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because it was just going to be number one. It was just going to be a title shot. So I think
any title shot, right?
It was any title shot. So I have the opportunity at any belt there at IWL, and I haven't been able to cash it in yet. And I think that has a lot to do with Vic Luna and Eric Cross. So I mean, I would definitely like to cash in my shot. And if I have to, I mean, I could definitely go after that belt that Ray has.
I would love to see it. I mean, you already have a number one contender match, so why not have PPRAY go at it for the IWL championship?
Whoa.
I mean, it's already there.
Whoa.
There.
I'm down to do it.
Come on, Pete. You can go out. Let's just go after the Anarchy belt. We'll have all the belts, and then we'll get tag belts together, and we'll have all the belts.
That would be pretty sick too. Actually, that would be. I like that idea better.
Anarchy Toby in it too.
Don't break them up.
No, that's why I said I love that idea better. That's actually even a better idea. I love, by the way, just a personal note, I love the Anarchy title. Whoever designed that belt just did an unbelievable job. That is the absolute best looking title that I've ever seen. It's awesome looking. And yeah, that's, to me, that'll always be the Ray Rosas title until Pretty Peter wins it. But anyway, go ahead, Bruce.
Alrighty. Well, I gotta ask, and I think it ends up happening at least once in a while. You guys heard that Regal was over at PWG. Have you guys had any tryouts with any of the big two lately?
Have we had what?
Any tryouts with any of the big two, like TNA or WWE as of late?
Peter has.
I apologize. My reception is bad, so I'm having trouble hearing everybody. But yeah, I had a match in front of Regal not too long ago. He came down to Jesse Hernandez's school, and I head over there and had a match in front of him, which was an unbelievable experience and nerve-wracking beyond all belief, because it's William Regal himself. So it was fantastic. It was definitely a great opportunity.
Awesome. I hope something comes of it. I'd love to see you guys break it through.
Yeah, speaking about that, I feel like right now both WWE and TNA need tag teams, because sad to say, their tag team division is not that good, especially TNA. The freaking tag champs don't even show up on TV. So I just feel like WWE is going the right way, but TNA, I don't know what the hell they're doing. So if they ever called you guys up, I mean, to team up, and join one of their companies, that'd be freaking awesome, you know. So, cause like I said, the Shield, they don't really have competition in WWE, and TNA, my God. And this is someone who started watching wrestling because of tag teams. I started watching wrestling because of the Rockers, because of, you know, the Hart Foundation. I mean, I started like watching wrestling because of the tag team. So hopefully in the future they fix their shit up and they can sign the right guys, like for example you guys. So see what happens.
Well, that's a good segue for you two. What did you guys grow up on? Did you guys grow up on watching and falling in love with singles matches, or did you guys figure, oh, you know, when I grow up I want to be a wrestler, but I want to have a partner and I want to do tag matches?
I grew up on the WCW Cruiserweight division, so I was always about this singles wrestling. But I learned to really appreciate tag matches later on in life. Like I loved, you know, like the Rockers and Hart Foundation and you know, all those great tag teams. I fell in love with tag team wrestling when I got older. But I was always into the cruiserweight style. That's what got me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was some amazing stuff every week. Those cruiserweights would put on match of the week every show, and they never got their they were
the best workers in the company. I mean, that's why. I mean, and the guys in the back knew it.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, look, when you have guys, no-name guys, like, for example, Blitzkrieg. I mean, no one knew that prior to coming on WCW, but then he comes up and he just makes the biggest name for himself by doing the most amazing, outlandish shit that you've ever seen on TV that makes you want to tune in just for that first hour because it was Cruiserweight Hour at WCW.
Right. You got to offer something different to the fans, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And they
Sorry
were,
about that. This is Peter again. I'm on a different phone. I'm not sure if.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything, but I knew it was you.
Okay, cool.
But before we continue, I just want to let our listeners know. Don't be shy. If you guys have a question for PPRAY, just call us up at 760-454-1107. And also, you can tweet us at ladies. Or ladies, you guys can call in.
Yeah.
Or you guys could tweet us at Wrestling Heads. You guys have a question. They're still going to be here for maybe another 20 minutes.
No subject is taboo. No, you guys was anything. Anything.
Ask me all the sexiness.
All right. If you're going to go there, I'm going to go there. What is the craziest groupie story that you could tell us?
Whoa.
No censoring.
Whoa. I don't know if I could get away with some of those stories.
Ooh.
No censoring. You went there.
Now you went
there. You said no subject was taboo.
You know, we always got these groupies following us around, whether it's male, female. Sometimes we just got to shoo them away, you know. But we're going to have to keep those stories, those X-rated stories, under wraps a little bit. Sorry, guys.
I just start blushing. That's all I can do.
Oh, that's
Oh, now.
All right. I have a question for Ray. Who do you looked up to? Like, what wrestlers did you look up to? Like, oh, maybe I want to be like that guy, or just like, is there like a favorite wrestler, or maybe more than just one wrestler that you guys looked up to?
Oh yeah, there was my favorite wrestlers growing up. My favorite wrestlers to watch were Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, and Shawn Michaels.
Basically, the Attitude Era.
Yeah. But those guys that I love to watch.
Yeah, I met Benoit and Guerrero before. Those were very cool guys. I mean, that sucks that they're no longer with us, but they were freaking amazing. You know, you just didn't know. Like, I remember when I met Guerrero, I think he was high on something, so he was cool. He just said some funny jokes, and while he was high, I knew he was on something that night, so. It was sad to hear when he passed away. And same with Benoit. I mean, definitely about his family and shit. I mean, Benoit's like probably my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all. I mean, I looked at him back in ECW. I mean, man, you know. But yeah, it's good that you mentioned those guys. I mean, like I said, they're fucking awesome.
They're all-time greats.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're all-time great. Yeah. Chris, you got a question?
Yeah. This is for both. I mean, do you guys prefer a kayfabe world of professional wrestling, or does the current model where the curtain has been lifted and mostly everything is exposed, is that just fine? I mean, would you?
Honestly,
go back?
I love the direction that wrestling always goes in because it has to evolve with things, and so you don't have, so you have like the veil of kayfabe, I guess you want to put it, lifted, but then at the same time, it's maybe just the veil is a little bit opaque, but it's still there, and fans are constantly falling to kayfabe and anything that's happening. So I mean, wrestling. That's why I love wrestling, because you never know what is real and what isn't.
Yeah, I think people just need to suspend their belief a little bit more. I wish they would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you go to a movie and you see, Gary Oldman as the villain, and he's such a good villain. I mean, he's not, you don't go around thinking he's a villain in real life.
Yeah.
He's just playing a character.
No.
Maybe like all of us,
Yeah.
but some people need to suspend their belief a little bit. Except about Johnny Yuma. Johnny Yuma was a fucking scumbag. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, nobody needs to, anything about him. Just believe he's a cock.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's gonna be the hashtag of the show once the show is done. Yuma is a cock. There you go.
He's a cock.
That's a new T-shirt
Well,
right there. I'll buy that one.
It seems like fans are just lazy to do anything correct. I mean, as soon as a frigging show's over, they're not jumping for results; they're jumping for the dirt. And like you said, I wish they would suspend their belief a little bit. And they're just so yearning for knowledge. But in the bottom line is most of it's frigging bullshit. I mean, and I wish they could understand that what they see on whatever.com is just hearsay, or it's just an asshole fucking reporting shit he shouldn't be reporting. And it's a little bit disgusting, because it's actually hurting, a little bit.
You just got to take a lot of that stuff with a grain of salt.
It's hurting the wrestlers because they're trying to achieve their goals, and then it starts rumors and bullshit, and then it hurts the fans because the fans get put in that group that we're all assholes too, and we're just these marks on the internet. And it's just it's ridiculous all the way around in my assumption. But hey,
it's hard to be a wrestling fan. I understand.
Fanny pack all the way. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely. Toby, you got a question?
Actually, speaking of the fanny pack, my question is actually about the fanny pack. I have a question and a comment. The question is, I want to know how it all got started. Like, who came up with the idea, and where did it start? Let's start off with that.
Well, when I was training, who was saying that? I believe Rico Dynamite, because Rico Dynamite we trained at the same place I did. He was like, if you want to be a real pro wrestler, you got to wear a fanny pack. So, like, all of us students got fanny packs, and everybody had, like, black leather ones or black ones. I ended up getting, like, a red one to stand out. And it actually does make sense, because when you're getting in out of your workout gear or getting out of your dress clothes and getting into your wrestling gear, you're kind of pulling stuff in and out of your pockets. You just kind of keep it in your fanny pack, If you keep your phone, your keys, your wallet, all your shit in your fanny pack. So when you're doing all your wardrobe changes, you just take your fanny pack along. But I just kept carrying mine around to the shows, and Peter can tell you that I had my fanny pack around a lot longer before it started appearing on shows.
Yep, absolutely.
So one time I had to do a run-in and save him from evil Ryan Taylor.
That piece of shit.
Yeah. And I had to do a run-in, and I went in just in my street clothes, and I kept my fanny pack on just as a goof, because at the time, like I said, they weren't really. Peter had something going for him, and I was just kind of his lackey at the time, but I was really trying to yearn to stand out. So in my attempt to stand out, I just left the fanny pack on and started doing the suck it crotch chops in Ryan Taylor's face with my fanny pack on, so it was kind of bouncing on my balls and just hurting a little bit, but it was still funny. So then Peter ended up having a no disqualification match with Ryan Taylor, and I was going to be handcuffed to Terex. So it's like, okay, let's utilize this fanny pack a little more. So I kept, Mr. Fuji powder in there and threw it in his face, and so I started, and I was like, okay, this is getting over. Like, I was decent in the ring, and I was pretty good on the stick, but like I had no gimmick to really make me stand out from everybody else. Besides the fact that I was like a Chris Jericho wannabe. So I had this, so I started bringing the fanny pack out, and then I would have different items in it that would help me win, or that would just be used in the match. Then I started getting sequin fanny packs, and then I started getting different colored sequin fanny packs to match the gear, and it took off from there. So then we made fanny pack T-shirts, little fanny packs for children, and it just took off. It's been the greatest thing. I'm gonna milk that fanny pack for all it's worth.
As you should. And one of my favorite days in wrestling was getting my fanny pack, man, from you. So thank you.
Yeah, my girlfriend actually really wants a fanny pack. So if you can actually start selling the fanny packs, I think she actually personally asked you one time, where the hell can I get where can I get one of your fanny packs, because I want one. And yeah, the women love the fanny pack for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's because they don't have to carry a purse around.
Yeah,
they can relate. That's why.
Yeah,
but I can't lie. I love the fanny pack also.
My mother still rocks the fanny pack, but I just want a Ray Rosas fully licensed with sequins fanny pack. I'd like to know where you get those, because I look.
Yeah, I get those special ordered, so those are for my eyes only. But I'm working on getting some fanny packs with some sequins on them to sell out to the people. But that'll be coming in the near future.
Cool. Awesome.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Actually, Toby, you took my question regarding the fanny packs, because that's kind of infamous. Every time we see you at a show, that's the first thing everyone starts chanting, and fanny pack power, fanny pack power. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so over. And it was just hilarious as shit. I would talk about that with Toby all the time, too.
Yeah, it is hilarious, dude. And it's like, we don't, what's going to come out of it next? Thumbtacks, a brick, $1 million. You have no idea.
Another fanny pack for Peter.
There you go.
All right, I gotta tell Ray. So remember when I met up with you over at Don Jose's, and it was Willie Mac's birthday? Do you remember how faded you were when you got up and started singing karaoke there?
Oh, I love karaoke.
Oh, I know. I recorded that shit and I posted that shit up on YouTube. I sent Joey a link, and Joey was all over that shit. But I gotta ask, how gone were you that night? Because, well, I know everyone was drinking because of, Scorpion Sky was there, and let's see who else. Willie and Joey. Good time. And so I was like, all right, guys, let me get you a round of drinks. It's on me. And the next thing I know, I see, well, first off, Joey's serenading his girl at the time, and then I see Ray going up doing his karaoke thing, and I was like, oh, my fucking God. I had no idea if you knew that I was recording you the whole time, but it was the funniest shit, guys. I got to send you the fucking YouTube video. And just hearing Ray go off doing karaoke. Anyway, that was just it.
Yeah, I like I said, I love karaoke, and I think I was singing Careless Whisper, like Wham.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I got it.
One of my signatures, man. But I used to be a karaoke host. I think I wasn't singing that great that night, but because I was really drunk. But I used to be a karaoke host. I used to host karaoke nights at bars, way back in the day. That actually was how I paid for my wrestling school. I had my regular job, and then I had my night job working as a karaoke host, paying for my wrestling school.
That's pretty awesome. Let me comment on that real quick, Bruce, because it was actually kind of funny, you guys, because Bruce calls me up on the phone and goes, hey, Toby, you're not going to believe this. We're at Don Jose's right now, because they actually wanted me to go to karaoke beforehand, but I was kind of tired. I was like, nah, you guys go. He calls me up and he goes, dude, he's like, Ray Rosas, Peter Avalon, Scorpio Sky, Willie Mac, they're all at Don Jose's right now. And I'm like, no, they're not. You're a fucking liar. The next thing literally 20 seconds later, here comes a picture of Ray Rosas doing karaoke. I was like, holy shit. And, of course, I was down there in 5 minutes just to come kick it with you guys because that was awesome.
We were fucking marching out, yeah.
We party hard.
That's right, baby.
Hold on, I remember the nightcap for the night. I got you all guys a round of, what is it, cranberry juice to help sober you guys up.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love cranberry juice.
Me too.
I remember. I think I got you a double because one wasn't enough.
I just get cranberry drunk.
I think our next stop after that was a strip club after we left that place.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fucking shit. Man. Was that at down the street? It was probably, it's closed now. Deja Vu.
Yeah, I think that's where me and Joey and Willie were headed after we left.
Yeah, that place closed down now, but
yeah, it's long gone now.
I remember. Oh, fuck, good times.
Yeah. All right. For our listeners, we're not gonna have these guys on for long, but usually like your last chance. If you guys have any questions for PPRAY, you guys got to call in at 760-454-1107 or tweet Wrestling Heads. Like I said, this is your last chance. We're not going to have them on so long. Well, I'm going to have one more final question for you guys. My question is, let's just say a time machine exists, okay?
All right.
Peter knows where it's going because I asked Peter this before, but if you guys could go back in time, where would you go and who would you like to wrestle? And this match has to happen. Vince McMahon can't stop you. Ted Turner can't stop you. Paul Heyman can't stop you. Vern Gagne can't stop you. This match has to happen. Who you guys want to wrestle against? Which tag team you guys want to wrestle and why?
For me, it would have to be at the top of their game when they were tag champs, winning all the TLC matches, Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian for me. They were like my favorite tag team back then. I loved them. I loved ENC more than anybody, so I would have to say Edge and Christian in their prime.
Yeah. Okay. I know who I want to wrestle. If me and Peter had a chance to go back in time, I would go back and wrestle the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, brother.
Man.
There you go.
PPRAY versus Mega Powers.
I'm going to hop in my DeLorean.
Damn. Well, you know, I'd like to see you guys against. Well, there's a couple of tag teams I want to see you guys against. One will be the Rockers. From Shawn Michaels and March. That would be freaking awesome if you go back to like the Federation years, whatever. Just for a laugh, like you guys could come in as a heel role. Just for a laugh. The Bushwhackers, because I can see him. I can imagine Peter's face when like Luke or Butch bited him in the ass, and just you guys could just imagine his face. and freaking like one of the Bushwhackers started licking Ray's face too. I mean, just for a laugh, I want to see that happen.
I can see it. It'd be good.
Yeah.
CNN connection.
And another thing, it would be cool if you guys were in the Attitude Era during the TLC moments with Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys. And, that time, I mean, that would be freaking awesome. If you had a 4-team, you guys would be in there. I mean, that would be freaking awesome. I mean, just imagine the build-up, like Raw, you guys against Dudley Boys. And then the same week on SmackDown, you guys against Edge and Christian. The next week on Raw, it's you guys against Hardy Boys. Then SmackDown, you can have the Hardy Boys against the Dudley Boys. You guys are like in the ramp, just talking, staring, you know, whatever, doing your thing. Then Raw, you can have Hardy Boys against Christian. And then you guys are doing special guest commentator. You guys can make fun of JR and the King, whatever. I mean, and then it leads to the pay-per-view. That'd be freaking awesome. I mean, those time in Attitude Era were freaking awesome. I mean, that'd be freaking awesome.
No
like
doubt.
I keep saying awesome like so many times. Chris, you got a final question?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. What is your ultimate goal for PPRAY? I mean, I know you guys continue to make huge marks on the West Coast, but is there any aspirations to travel to the East Coast or abroad to showcase what you guys can do in the ring?
Yeah, definitely get to the East Coast is one of our major goals. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that we wanted to get out to. I've contacted a few, and it's just it's a matter of getting out there. You know, I think me and Peter's got to pack up the car and just drive all the way up over there and just start hitting the loop.
I think that's what it's going to have to be. I'm hoping that all the nice things you guys are saying. I'm hoping that some other people would definitely like to see us. Maybe shoot those requests not only to Gorilla, but to all those East Coast companies too. That we want PPRAY all day or something. I don't know, because definitely Ray and I should be out there.
Have you guys talked to Gabe?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. There seems like there's a humongous, especially in Philly, New York, New Jersey. I mean, there's a buzz. I mean, about PPRAY, it's just 100%. I mean, Dragon Gate, Evolve, or Ring of Honor. I mean, it would be a natural fit.
Yeah,
the East Coast crowd.
Yeah, I feel like we offer something unique and different and very entertaining. So anywhere we like, any kind of ROH, Dragon Gate, in that little hotbed of New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. Internationally, going to Canada and Mexico. One of our short-term goals right now is to, because we've already captured the tag belts at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and we already captured tag belts at AWS, and now we have a taste for gold, and now it's become unsatiable. But I think one of our short-term goals is to get the Pro Wrestling Gorilla tag belts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They would look those belts would look nice next to the AWS belts, and definitely nice next to the Championship Wrestling belts. Or if we could just get out other places, Ray and I know that we could definitely defend those Championship Wrestling belts against any top tag team and come out number one and victorious against them. So I'm putting out those challenges, those open challenges to tag teams all over. You want to shut up those belts? Come get it.
Well, East Coast wants you too, man. We want you too out here. I mean,
you just want to see him in Pittsburgh.
Well, no. Well, let me explain. Pittsburgh sucks balls. Okay, I'm talking about Philly. I'm talking about the tri-state area, Jersey, New York, Philly. I mean, Pittsburgh's, it's just Bret Hart said it. It's the armpit of the world. So, but hey, I love flying to California to you guys, but I just think it would be a perfect fit up here, and hopefully Gabe's calling.
Hopefully, we definitely would like to come out there and shake our asses for everybody.
All right, hold on. Before Toby can ask a question, I just want to address something here. John, know who he is from the PWG shows. He actually tweeted, and he said that he would like to see PPRAY against the Brooklyn Brawler and Doink the Clown.
Wow.
Match of the year. Match of the year.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, thanks for tweeting us, Jonathan. Toby, you got a final question?
I don't think I could agree with that, but okay, well, whatever. I'd rather see you guys versus the Young Bucks first, but goddamn, really only one more question? That freaking sucks, dude.
I know, that sucks, but...
Anyways, all right, well, you guys have been on for an hour, so it feels like 10 minutes. I'm not even going to, I'm not going to ask a question. I just want to, dude, it's been fucking awesome talking to you guys, and literally you guys are the reason why, the reason to watch Championship Wrestling, and the reason, one of the real reasons I keep going to IWL.
Same here.
Because Ray Rosas is on the card every time, and Peter, I can't wait till they start freaking booking you at IWL, because you both are just very entertaining and need to be on that show. It's kind of sucks you've been on there recently.
Right. I'm working to get Peter back on the show. At IWL.
I would love to join you there, Ray. I love that you're champ there, but I think that you deserve another belt. Maybe we could take those IWL tag strands. Monster Mafia coming into our territory. I don't know, man.
Can't walk in on our turf and start taking belts.
No, what the heck?
And I love that idea of you guys just going on a wrecking crew, because you do, Peter, I'm going to bring that up to Vic, too, next time I see him. You do have that title shot, and I have not forgot about that. So win the Anarchy title, and you guys win the tag titles, and then PPRAY will be the force to be reckoned with in IWL. That would be freaking awesome. I would love to see that.
And then defend those belts at PWG. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the fucking dynasty, man.
Hell yeah.
Dynasty.
That'd be awesome. But okay, go ahead, Bruce.
And for me, it was just more like a comment of adoration. Just like, I love seeing you guys on TV. IWL makes it worth it. PD, I'm glad to hear your hand's doing better, so I'd love to see you back, and then I can't wait to see you guys back at PWD. Honestly, my first show was Steam Wolf, and then just seeing you guys there, it was, holy shit, like, amazing, like, and then I'm seeing you guys on TV, and then I'm seeing you guys on IWL. I know PD hasn't been there lately, but it was like, I don't know, like when I was getting really hardcore into the indie scene, then I started telling Toby, I was like, this is where real wrestling is at. Fuck this shit, it's on TNA. Fuck WWE. These are the guys that make indie wrestling worth it. And then when we happen to interact with you at the shows, and then when we happen to interact with you at the bars, it just made our love for wrestling like that much more intense, which is where it has led us today to interviewing you guys. For me, I know I'm just blabbing, but it was just like an honor and a pleasure to just talk to you again.
Well, thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, I always try to be really open with any fans or supporters. You know, try to talk to them and be courteous and answer their questions, man. Because in reality, we wouldn't be anything without fans, without the fans following us and paying to see us. So we should be thanking you guys, you know.
Well, you know what? I always feel like as a fan, I don't feel like I can give back enough for my love of the show and the love of what you guys do. So I've also asked this a few times of other guys, what could we do as avid fans to help give back to you? We buy the shirts, we help, like, tweet your shows, and then tweet your websites for other people to buy your shirts. What else can we do just to show our love and appreciation that would set us apart from, like, just your average fan?
Just enjoy the show, man.
Exactly. Keep doing what you're doing. Support the wrestlers with your, you know, with your cash and your adoration, and you know, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, the wrestlers do take note of all that, and we definitely do appreciate it. Without all of you guys, we wouldn't be wrestlers. So.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Before we let you guys go, I know you guys have a couple of shows coming up. I know September 22nd is the next Championship Wrestling from Hollywood taping.
Right.
And September 28th is the AWS show. So basically all women's show, but you guys are actually participating in. Is there any other shows you want to let us know? Do you want to check you guys out live?
Just keep an eye out on that Championship Wrestling show on the 22nd out in Port Wainami. Ray and myself, we're actually not going to be there. On the 22nd, we're actually going to be up in Modesto for Pro Wrestling Bushido.
Okay. Yeah.
And then on the 28th, Ray and I are going to be in the 5-on-5 at AWS. It's going to be us, Human Tornado, and the Ballard Brothers wrestling against 5 lucky ladies.
Awesome. Peter, before we let you go, I just let you know, we actually have our own Hall of Fame because this is your second time on the show. When we get our website fixed, we're going to put a picture of you and we're going to put our Hall of Fame. So you're joining Adam Cole, T.J. Perkins, other names I cannot say yet, but we're going to put you on that list, okay?
That's quite the list. Thank you very much.
You're in the Hall of Fame, brother?
Hell yeah, brother.
And,
next time we see you at PWG, we're going to give you a drink.
Yeah, and whenever Ray calls in, we'll pull him in too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. This is fun. And whenever you want to have us back, I'll be more than happy to.
Well, how about this?
How
Look,
about tomorrow?
on Monday.
Just kidding.
We have how about this? On Monday we have a show. It's my birthday, so if you guys just want to call in just for 5 minutes and say happy birthday to me, you're more than welcome. So Monday, like after Raw, just call us up and say happy birthday to me because it's my birthday. So yeah, you can call in and say happy birthday.
Sounds good, birthday boy.
All right, then. It was a pleasure having you guys on. I mean, like I said, you're more than welcome to come back. Thanks for the good times, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It was a fucking blast.
Any T-shirts you want to plug?
Any what?
T-shirts?
Any T-shirts you want to plug?
Just go to see your RayRosas.com. I don't update it a lot, but it's there. There's SantinoBros.net, the place where I train. So if anybody wants to become a wrestler, they can train where Ray Rosas trained at SantinoBros.net. HollywoodWrestling.com. That's where me and Peter compete on the TV program. That's pretty much it. All the fans of fun.
Just keep an eye out.
If they don't already know, then they know now. Yeah,
exactly. Keep an eye out. Watch Championship Wrestling on MAV TV. All the time. Check us out on KDOC Channel 56, 1 a.m. on Saturdays. You can find me on Twitter at Pavalon, and then Facebook, Pretty Peter Avalon. So give me a like, give me a retweet.
Right.
There you go.
All right. Follow me on
Ray, where can people find you on Twitter?
Yeah, they can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Ray Rosas. It's pretty easy. I wanted to get an Instagram, but someone else is named at Ray Rosas. Yeah. I was upset about that. You can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/Rosas with 5 R's. I'll be there.
There we go.
All right, I'm going to look for you on Facebook then, because I already have you on Twitter. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Oh, yeah, and remember, listeners, freaking bug the shit out of PWG, because young bucks need fucking competition. So just let them know we want PPRAY and PWG, and make it happen. Huh?
And FYI, we already have a victory over the Young Bucks.
Exactly.
I know that, but I know you guys have a victory, but like I said, I have a dream match in a PWG ring, so hopefully it can happen. All right, guys, take care, good night, and hopefully you guys can be on in the future.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Dang.
That
was fucking awesome. Why couldn't we have
That was freaking awesome. I mean, I don't know if I can say they're the best guests we ever had, but that was fucking awesome. All I gotta say,
that was up there with Thrasher. That was for sure. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah. All I gotta say is Skits fucking missed out.
Yeah.
He's watching the Dodgers lose right now at Dodger Stadium. So.
Don't remind me, man. Shit. All right, guys, we're gonna take a little commercial break, and after the break, we're gonna start our roundtable. All right. We'll be right back.
This is Nick. And this is Matt. The Young Bucks super kicking you all the time. This is Wrestling Heads Podcast. Check it out.
Four Quarters Radio is the home for the best professional wrestling and independent wrestling. Discussions and coverage. Billy, Ant, Martin, and Sam bring you 3 of the best podcasts every week. The Four Corners Raw Roundtable, the Indie Project, and the Saturday Freestyle. Along with the podcast, FourCornersWrestling.com is designed with all wrestling fans in mind. Feature articles, videos, the weekly shows, and much more. Four Corners and Wrestling Heads are teaming up to bring you wrestling's next revolution. Are you ready?
Yes, we are ready. Welcome back, everybody. This is you listen to Wrestling Heads Radio. We just missed. If you guys missed out, you just missed PPRAY. Shame on you. That was a freaking good ass interview we just had, and hope we can have him back in the future.
Shame on you.
All right.
All right. So how does this work?
Roundtable.
How does it work?
Basically, we're all gonna have a topic, which I'm gonna start off first. Then after we're done, like, talking about it, then we have a new person. Like, let's say, for example, I want to talk about the best masked wrestlers. We all talk about it, then it'll be your turn, Toby. Then whatever you come up with, we all talk about it, then, it takes turns,
Okay, so you're up first then.
I'm first. I'm first. We all know Night of Champions is this Sunday. I still want to talk about titles. I know last week we had a little top 10 ECW champions, so I want to talk about what do you guys think, who are the best WCW champions? I want to start off with the world title, then we could talk about TV, US. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the hardcore title, which was a joke. I don't know, or the cruiserweight tag team champs, but I want to start off with the WCW world title. Who you guys in your mind, who you think who's the best WCW world champ is? In my mind, I have to say, I have to say Ric Flair. I have to say Ric Flair because when I think WCW, I think Ric Flair for some reason. People can argue.
Hold on, whoa, wait! You gotta wait now. Now, is that when WCW took over, or you including the NWA? Because that's a big.
I don't even think he won it in WCW, did he? Might have won it. Well, no,
yeah,
he was one time, a couple times. I remember Hulk Hogan.
You know what? Let's just put in the NWA.
He won it a few times. Yeah, he won it a few times. You want to throw the NWA in there? That's 100 years. All right. That's 100 years.
Well, I'm going to say Ric Flair. I have to say Ric Flair, even the NWA days, because, like I said, when I think WCW, I think Flair. When he had the world title, I mean, you could argue Sting. Some people could say maybe even Hulk Hogan or Dusty Rhodes, but Ric Flair won it multiple times. He headlined a lot of pay-per-views. I have to say Ric Flair. And he was the leader of the Four Horsemen. He was basically a top heel, top babyface there. I mean, nothing can be Ric Flair. I mean, to me, nothing can be Ric Flair at WCW. I don't know if you guys would agree with that.
If you're including NWA, I can't even include anything WCW did. So I'm going to go with Harley Race and Ric Flair, and Dusty. Well, fuck Dusty Rhodes, and that's about it. I'll stop there. I mean, Dusty Rhodes was the booker at the time, so he basically put the belt on himself anyway. So, you know, I'll stop with Harley Race and Flair. I mean, since we're going with the NWA, Terry Funk too.
It's actually funny though, because I was when I said Goldberg, I was just joking around because that's Mysterious Mexican's favorite wrestler, and we always like to make fun of him. But no, to be honest with you, if you're talking not NWA, just WCW, I would have to say. I know you're talking everything, but if you're just talking WCW, I'd honestly have to say Goldberg, because there is not, even to people who don't watch wrestling, everyone knows who Goldberg is. Just like everyone knows who Stone Cold is, everyone knows who The Rock is, everyone knows who Hulk Hogan is, and everyone knows who Goldberg is. Even people that don't watch wrestling know who Goldberg was. When he was champion, that was at the point in time where everyone was watching wrestling. Everyone was watching it. It was the thing to watch, and if you didn't watch it, you were...
How about this? How about this, Toby? How about let's just make it WCW? I mean, seriously, let's not even include the NWA, because they're two different entities, and I think we could all really add to this if it's WCW. I mean...
I say Goldberg.
Okay, so we're just doing WCW?
Yes.
Let's just do WCW then.
Okay, yeah, it's just so much... Yeah, all right. Goldberg.
What do you think?
Well, it's funny that I remember a few weeks ago, Chris right here was arguing with the Mysterious Mexican about Goldberg, because Mysterious called in here and said that Goldberg's a legend, which for once I do agree with Mysterious Mexican. He is a legend. Like it or not, he is a legend. I mean, hell, he had a streak. I mean, no one will ever have a streak like that.
Well, here, first of all, let's be real here. The streak was frigging a script, if you think about it.
I know a script. I know a script.
I know. I'm saying a legend has to me, legend is a very over fucking played word. I mean, a legend is somebody who has years on the roads, years in the friggin' business. I mean, he was a flash in the pan at most. I mean, think about it. What has he done since '02, since he came back to WWE, which it failed? I mean, he had the streak, and then he speared somebody with a friggin' whatever armor friggin' plate, and ever since then he's hit the skid, hit the road. I don't know about legend. I mean,
really, Chris?
Legend.
I mean, what has he done since 1998? As soon as Kevin Nash beat him, what has he done since then? Nothing, really. I
mean, he peaked when he beat Hogan. Since then, he's actually gone downhill, if you really think about it.
Yeah,
I mean, he busted his nut, and he just has gone down ever since. But my thing is, we can't say that word legend for everybody, because then the NFL Hall of Fame would be they would add 70 more thousand acres to it that they just did. You know what I mean? That means every player's going to get it. Legend's a hard word, man. Terry Funk is a legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg's not a legend.
No,
he's not.
I can see why you're saying that. Now, it's just that Goldberg, for that point in time, at that, 1998, was as hot as any wrestler.
He was
ever.
White hot.
You name it. Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, he was just as hot as any wrestler.
He was white hot.
Yes. Unbelievable.
White.
Merchandise, I think they were talking about Goldberg merchandise. Goldberg merchandise was flying off the shelf. Everyone wanted Goldberg. Everyone knew who Goldberg was. He had his own. He was on every talk show. I remember they had a exclusive. I remember seeing on my pay-per-view an exclusive Goldberg pay-per-view where they were going to interview Goldberg and show his matches. You could buy that for like $10. WCW Goldberg only pay-per-view. He was unbelievable. He was hot,
and he fell into WCW's laps like a frigging rainbow falling into someone's hands. You know what I'm saying? It was just like it was from a higher being that brought him. You know what I mean? Can you imagine what would happen to WCW with NWO failing at the end of that run with the red, black, and Latino fucking shit and all that stuff? It was just going downhill, and then Goldberg falls into their hands. I mean, he saved WCW for a couple more years. I just, if he was a legend, he would have had to do some serious damage in his run for WWE, and he just didn't.
I think it's bad.
Well, to me, I kind of the reason why I say he's a legend because of his WCW career. Even though it was short, I mean, the streak was there. He beat. I mean, I know it's all this scripted, but beating guys like Hogan, Kurt Hennig, Diamond Dallas Page. I mean, hell, I mean.
Not just beating him in 10 seconds. You know, he beat Kurt Hennig twice in 15 seconds.
And beating Raven and those guys, I mean,
he's not a legend.
It's almost like jaw dropping, you can say. And I'm not even a Goldberg fan. He's kind of jaw dropping to me.
It was very awe inspiring. It was definitely shock and awe. It was definitely he was an enigma. But when you're being told to go out in the curtain and you're going over in 10 seconds, and then tomorrow your entrance is going to be longer than a match again, and then your entrance is going to be longer than a match again. I just don't. I can't call you a legend. I can't. I mean, I call legends who put the miles on their car, and then would drive 500 miles to friggin' Amarillo, Texas from Dallas. You know what I mean? He's no way. I can't.
You know what? Hold on, just for the hell with it, Mysterious Manskin. If you're listening, you can call us up at 760-454-1107. You want to defend your favorite wrestler, Goldberg? Coming on. You can join us in our freaking roundtable. Or anybody's listening is a Goldberg fan, call in, and I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Still on?
No, you got to take off for a bit, but Bruce will be back on.
Okay.
All right. I want to talk about the United States champ, which to me, it was like their Intercontinental title. It's hard to say. I could give out who's the best U.S. champ, but
yeah, you know what, Oscar?
About it, what?
Let's skip over that. Let's skip over that, and we should go right to the television champion because I think that would be more relevant, and I can already name one right now. That would be Diamond Dallas Page.
To me, I
you guys remember
Booker
that?
T. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking Diamond Dallas Page, where he had that he'll take on any challenger, defend it anytime, anywhere. Television champ. Yeah.
Well, to me, Booker T, because he has some classic moments. Like, example, even though he wasn't the TV champ, they had a best of 7 series with Chris Benoit. And, I mean, if you guys don't remember, the reason why they had a best of 7 series is because Finlay was the TV champ at the time. And then the top 2 contenders were Booker T and Chris Benoit. And the winner of that series will have to wrestle Finlay at their next pay-per-view. So, but then when Benoit and Booker T will go neck and neck for a TV title shot, I mean, that just showed the TV title was freaking something important, you know? I mean, I don't know why WWE doesn't do something like that today, you know? Make the Intercontinental title something like that. Why not have Kofi Kingston and RVD go neck and neck for some kind of series, and the winner goes against Curtis Axel? You know, that was a freaking moment you could.
That's simple. That's a simple answer for that. That's not what I meant. The simple reason why they're not doing that is because they're pushing scrubs like The Miz and Wade Barrett and all these other yahoos that don't deserve TV time and taking away from moments that would make great matches like a Kofi Kingston versus RVD match. I don't want to see Miz TV. I don't want to see him dressed up as a friggin' dancer. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to see Wade Barrett's 7th time on TV as a new introduced package. Let's see a Kofi friggin' RVD and elevate this Intercontinental title to where it frickin' belongs, which I hope they would have done with CM Punk, Curtis Axel. I mean,
Yeah,
I just
that's
what I'm waiting for. Like, I would love to see CM Punk take this title and hold it for fucking 2 years.
But then the title's not even on the line at Night of Champs.
That's what I'm saying. And Night of Champions means Night of Champions, not Night of Handicap matches. It should be a title match.
The original Night of Champions was every title was defended, and you're already missing a bunch of titles that aren't even going to be fucking defended. It's so stupid. Especially, you got to put the Intercontinental title over there. That's the second biggest title.
Yeah.
That's bigger than the World Heavyweight Championship if you look at history. That is, the Intercontinental title is the second biggest title in WWE, and they just don't fucking use it. And, you know, you guys, do you remember, Oscar, when we met Joe Henning at Access, and the first thing I walked up to him and said, you know, I'm glad they let you win the belt on Father's Day. To me, this is the most prestigious title.
Yeah.
And he goes, damn right it is. And when we took our picture, if you noticed, he holds up the Intercontinental title. He didn't do that for anyone else but us.
Yep.
It was unreal. You know, it's just
a shame.
It does. It is a shame. And I wish we had. I hope someone from WWE right now is listening to us, because you need to start doing something with that damn title. It's not a squash title.
I'm sure we're not the only guys. Telling them that. And you had guys like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels that would for years. And I'm just talking to guys that would wrestle. You would have the best wrestling match on the card all around the country on one tour, and it would be for that IC title. And it had such prestige, and the only thing I could think of is WWE's ignorance, or they just don't want to elevate it. And I'm starting to think it's ignorance. I think it's a lack of smarts on their side. I mean, I would, and I think Oscar and me agreed on it weeks ago. I would love a frigging little program with Axel and Punk, and have this belt switch between them, and have them friggin', you know, this program go for a long time, and have them switch belts back and forth. Because not only that, what Heyman is doing on television, it's must-see TV. It's working. Everything Heyman does is working, and I think they could elevate this Intercontinental title way beyond what it has been in 2 decades.
Well, that's what Chris Jericho said in his book. Chris Jericho said in his book, he said, the only thing I ever wanted to be as a kid was Intercontinental Champion, because Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was Intercontinental Champion, and that, to me, that was it. When he won the Intercontinental title, he said, my career could have been over right there, and I would have died happy, because I won the Intercontinental title. That's all I ever wanted to do.
And what other belt did, like, remember when, like, Shawn Michaels got his world title run, Triple H got his world title run, but then and even The Rock, they went back and won the Intercontinental title, even after world title runs. And that doesn't happen anymore, and I think CM Punk doing that would help it. You know what I mean? And it just, they're not doing it. And changing it to that oval title for how many years, that didn't help it either, because it's arguably one of the most beautiful belts out there. And the fact that they made it that frigging egg-shaped title, that was, to me, that was one of the ugliest belts I've ever seen in my life.
I actually agree with you. I like the oval Intercontinental belt.
Yeah?
I like that.
You don't like the old one, though?
I don't like the white one. No, I don't like it. It needs to be black. I mean, I think white.
The color I don't like. I like the old school black.
I like the old school black, and I actually like the new design. I don't like the old, like when Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels had it. I like the newer design better, but it's completely irrelevant.
Either way, they got to start putting it on stars, not stars they're trying to make. And that's because the Intercontinental title doesn't deserve that at all.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to WCW. Chris, in your mind, who do you think is the best WCW television champion?
Well, see, you got to understand something. I'm new school as fucking hell as you possibly can. I'm all for the young guys, but I'm also old school, and there's no way in my being that I could say anyone from WCW was the best television champion. I'm going to have to go with old school Arn Anderson. If you go online, go with that old. Look at that old NWA title back in the day. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish belts looked like. I wish every belt looked like that. But I'm going to say Arn Anderson, and but WCW. I know Booker T had it at times. Steven Regal, he had it
Regal,
at times. But I'll just say Regal, just because it's Regal. WCW.
Yeah, when he was Steven Regal. I remember when he was Steven Regal. I mean,
yeah, he was calling everyone Sunshine. Lord
yeah.
Steven Regal.
Yeah. I'm glad he didn't pick no one like Alex Wright or anything like that.
Oh, God. Remember his dance?
Dude, I like them. Him and Disco Inferno, what were they? They had that tag team. I liked. They were funny. I loved Alex Wright and Disco Inferno.
You gotta go. Listen, after the show, everybody go to YouTube and Google Alex Wright's dance. It's unbelievable. I've actually done that in a bar. I was destroyed on Jaeger bombs, and I started doing that. And I guess I did it for an hour straight, and I was so hammered I didn't know. But I guess I was told I did an Alex Wright dance for an hour straight. So you guys can officially shoot me.
All right, wait, I'm watching it right now.
It's the worst dance.
That is pretty bad. What the hell?
He was bad. He was bad.
Yeah, I did like their tag team with the Disco Inferno, though. I thought that was so funny because they were. Well, I don't even remember. They were like the Dancing Fools or something like that. I don't. But it was. That was one of the
okay.
W. Yeah, they were the. That was right.
Wow.
All right.
Dancing Fools.
Well, the next one I want to talk about is what was hard for me, tag team champs. I mean, the WWE tag team champs. I mean, there were a lot of good teams that actually had the belts, like the Outsiders. You also had the Steiner Brothers.
Doom.
The Road Warriors.
Harlem Heat.
I mean, Harlem Heat, yes, Harlem Heat. Those teams, I mean, it's hard to say who's the best. I mean, Hall and Nash, when he had the belts, I mean, it's
gotta be
they made the crowd want them, huh?
It got to be Harlem.
What was that?
They had it a lot. I mean, the Steiner Brothers too, Harlem Heat, Steiner Brothers, and if you're going to go old school, the Midnight Express, Rock and Roll shows. But the WCW, it's got to be Harlem Heat for me. I would put him as, like, if there's like a top 10, I would have put him in there, but it's hard to. It gets, like, if I say when Hall and Nash had it, it seems like they made the crowd want them to lose it already. Like there was hoping teams like the Steiner Brothers, teams like maybe like Sting and the Giant, just to beat them, just to fucking get them off the belts, just get them off their waist already to lose it. I mean, that's how I feel about Hall and Nash. Road Warriors. I don't know if you guys remember the Varsity Club. Remember the Varsity Club with Kevin Sullivan? I love that group. I love the whole college thing. I'm glad this team never won the tag belts. 3 count. Oh shit! Wow. That team was terrible. I mean, the reason why they made that stupid stable is because in the late '90s, the freaking boy bands were freaking the hottest thing in music, and they just made their own fucking stable of that shit. I mean, that was so fucking stupid.
Wasn't Hurricane one of the members of 3 count? It
was Hurricane, Shannon Moore, and the leader was Evan Courageous. I don't know whatever happened to him now these days, but he was basically the leader of the group. And you know what's wild? That was a multi-million-dollar company, and somebody in the back was making decisions like that. You know what I mean? Like like David Arquette, and they're just crazy decisions. And no wonder they're gone.
Well, watch the rise and fall of WCW. That explains a lot. And read the Eric Bischoff.
I understand why. Too. I totally understand why. I've seen that a million times, but just somebody was just on heroin. I mean, that's the only thing I can think. I mean, it's just insane. It's just.
Well, I think. What other? Did you read the Eric Bischoff book, Chris? The Controversy Creation.
I read some of it. But.
Oh, okay. Well, he started when he explains a lot towards the end about what the hell was going on, and
nobody cared.
It was, and the fact that Eric Bischoff, every time Eric Bischoff is a genius, and every time he'd come up with a good idea, when Ted was competing with Vince, it was, Eric, do whatever you want, just get me a number one company, and that's what he did. And once they became number one, then they started caring about, because so many people are watching it, well, we need to kind of watch what we're putting on television. Bischoff would come up with these ideas, and the people in Turner would just reject him and be like, no, you can't do that. No, he was getting rejected so much that he ended up getting fired because he kept bitching about it so much. He's like, you guys are just fucking bullshit.
the WCW higher-ups saw that NWO was making all this coin, and they drew that into the ground until it was they cut off their own head. I mean, they milked it and milked it and milked it until it was, you know, spitting out air, and by then it was too late, basically, because they drove that NWO thing into the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that
NWO. Yeah, that NWO thing was freaking a monster.
Insane.
I remember I still have my shirt. My NWO shirt. I remember a year ago I went to Target. I was wearing my shirt, and I had like 3 people come up to me like, "Oh yeah, for life," or in line they just like did the for life. I'm like, it was 3 other people. I'm like, God damn, you know. So.
Yeah. We still run around the Wolfpack.
Well, guess what? That great shirt that you still have actually meant something until they put Virgil and Scott Norton and Brutus Beefcake and insert guy here, and it just watered it down. It was ridiculous. And not only that, they made Latino World Order, and then they made Wolfpack Red and Black, and then, you know, whatever, Butthole World Order. I mean, it was like, it was just insane. It killed it. I mean, they should have kept it like a reserved club. You know, it should have been a reserved club. You only make it if you're a legend, and they didn't. They made it. Come on, Virgil.
Virgil is unstable. I mean, you can pretty much bring anybody in it. I mean, fuck. You're over no matter what.
Speaking of
Virgil, you think Virgil and the NWO killed the NWO?
I am telling you right fucking now that putting all those scrubs in NWO killed it. It killed it. There was
I don't know about that.
What do you think? When
NWO was spiced up.
If I'm wrong, what killed it? You tell me right now. I came up with my idea. What's the name of
Stupid storyline. Okay, stupid storylines after '98. When example, actually no, '98, '99. For example, when they decided to join them when all there was a plan, that was stupid. Like when the Hogan and Nash thing, that was stupid, and that was pretty much the demise right there. When the Wolfpack and the Black and White start united, I think that was dumb.
What was
what killed W? You think 21 guys coming down to the ring and taking 30 minutes, including Virgil, actually helped the business?
Wait, are you talking about
when it was by itself? When it was by itself, it did.
The only thing that Virgil was known for is he was Ted DiBiase's lackey, and he has a huge cock. That's it.
I don't know about that.
No, it's folklore. It's folklore that he's got a 20-inch fucking cock. That's folklore. You know, everyone. That's a running. It's a running joke.
About Virgil, you're right about Ted DiBiase. About Virgil, you're right about Ted DiBiase. But if you want to put him in WCW, he was nothing but a guy. You just got to put him in the stable. Not only NWO, he also joined that. What's they call it? That stupid country stable with Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham. You can remember that stable, right?
Yeah, they sing that.
Rap is crap. That shit. I even forgot the name of that stable. They put him in that one, and they also put him in that stable when Vince Russo was the higher power or whatever his name was, and
the Millionaires Club.
Whatever, but his name was Shane.
I think I'd stopped watching at that point.
Yeah, because like I said, he was a guy. Yeah, because he was the guy where you just put him in stable. That's why I think about Virgil. And I'm actually surprised we're talking about Virgil right now.
The reason why I'm talking about it is because he sucks and he stinks. That's why I'm talking about it.
Was your question, Chris? Chris, was your question what killed WCW?
No. My question is what killed the NWO angle, what started the death, and I think it was watered down. It was an important club that only guys who deserved to be in that spot deserved to be in it, and all of a sudden there's 30 guys. And that's even before Red and Black even showed. They had no idea what to do. Brutus Beefcake with a fake beard, acting like he was strong, had an NWO shirt on. Scott Norton had an NWO shirt on. I'm sorry. I think that it became
all these guys wanted to be relevant. That's the reason why they did it, and they were allowed to write their own ticket in WCW, and they all wanted to be relevant. So they said, put me. Do I want to be doing nothing, or do I want to be part of the NWO?
Did that help Scott Norton's career? Where's he at?
No, but at least they got television time versus some of the guys that didn't get any television time. At least if I'm part of the NWO, I actually get to come out to the ring and do something versus not doing nothing, because if they weren't part of the NWO, they'd do nothing. So put me with them just because I want to get on TV, basically. what it was.
Well, get on TV. They had 17 hours of TV. They had Thunder. They had frigging Nitro. They had frigging WTBS Saturday nights. Get on TV. There's so much hours they could put on TV. They could have did anything they wanted besides putting everybody in NWO in some manner. You had 100 hours of TV. You can't come up with some idea. You got to, okay, well, we got Virgil. Shit, what are we going to do with him? Because we have 17 hours, so let's just put him in a shirt and have him, and we'll pay him six figures. That's probably what killed WCW. They started paying these guys six figures that didn't deserve the money. DDP making $7 million a year. He didn't deserve it. The last time he laid on his back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the money killed WCW. Paying these bloated contracts to these guys killed WCW. Bad idea.
Well, I actually agree with I think Arn Anderson said it, and Kevin Sullivan said it, and a few other guys. What actually killed WCW was partially the NWO angle, but it was also it was in the documentary, actually, and I totally agree 100%. I usually don't agree with the WWE documentaries because they get a lot of facts wrong, and they try to make a juicy story out of it, but I agree 100% was Kevin Nash beating Goldberg and then turning right around and giving the belt to Hulk Hogan. Like, oh, we're still buddies.
Yeah, because Nash is the one that booked that shit.
Yeah, and he did. He booked the whole thing, and it was really
the finger point.
Goldberg's streak should have lasted 350-0 and milked Goldberg to death until everyone hated Goldberg, and then you build up another guy to be just as big as Goldberg, and then have that guy beat Goldberg for the title, and then you got another star to go on. But Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan and all them were already out of the picture, and then you beat Goldberg, who's still hot, and then you put these guys back in the picture that no one cares about. It's like, well, shit, now Goldberg's nothing, and then we got all these nothing guys, winning the title, and it's just like,
okay, what about this? What about this angle? Why didn't they bring Bret Hart and run with this angle? Since he was robbed of the WWF title at the time, why didn't they bring him in and say, and him have an angle where he was saying he was the real world's champion, instead of friggin' dragging his feet forever? They should have capitalized on that Survivor Series Montreal shit and brought Bret Hart acting like he was the real world champion, like Ric Flair did back in the early '90s.
Yeah,
they should have like
that was
they should have something like that.
Chris, I think that could have worked, but the problem is Bret Hart came in WCW in the wrong time. It's because if you can remember when he debuted in WCW, they already had a match for Starrcade between Sting and Hulk Hogan, which a lot of people were saying that was a dream match. It was like the match of the century. I saw all this stupid shit, like the matches of all matches, whatever. Starrcade '97, Hulk Hogan versus Sting. I'm guessing that's why they didn't put him away.
Well, okay. Well, I think it's a perfect time because who won the match? Do you remember?
Sting won that match.
Do you? Okay. Well, I'm sure it was a very forgettable match. Right after that match, Bret Hart should have walked down that ring and fucking proclaimed himself, I was never beaten for the title correctly, and that's why I'm coming to see WCW, and, blah, blah, blah. They should have just played off that he got robbed of the title and have
I agree with you 100%.
I agree with you. I agree with that would have happened.
They wasted their time and he sat on the sideline.
The whole show should have been revolved around Bret Hart. The whole friggin' show. Even Vince even said that he said that my prediction was they're not gonna, when Bret Hart goes to WCW, they're not gonna know how to use Bret Hart.
And he goes, and I'm right. And they did. They're gonna misuse him.
He goes, the whole show should have been revolved. He said the whole show should have been revolved around Bret. He said Bret was hot enough at the time to where they could have made him the whole show and everyone would have watched it. And they fucked up.
He was another gift. Goldberg was a gift, and it was starting to fall off. Bret Hart. It was Bret Hart in '97. He was, come on, that was a white-hot story. He had all the momentum, and he could have been a legend again in WCW if they would have just ran it right and just changed the whole format. And they made it humongous. And that right there, I don't think it was the higher-ups. I think it was the jealous boys in the back not letting, and also, sorry to say, Hulk Hogan with his total creative control, which is probably the worst contract anyone's ever signed. It probably killed the business. Bret Hart not getting a push instantly. How about this? They pushed Goldberg to the moon, but a legend like Bret Hart, and he's a legend, Bret Hart gets shoved to the side it's just mind-boggling to me. You know what I mean? I can't believe they didn't run with Bret Hart, but they ran with Goldberg like they did. To me, that's wrong. That's not good for business, and that's not good for the boys or loyalty.
Well, you had to run with Goldberg. I mean, would you have not ran with Goldberg, though? I mean, Goldberg was hot, and it wasn't the WCW that made him hot. It's just that...
There's 17 hours of television. You have plenty of space. There's plenty of space for both. Remember the shows? There were 17 hours. They could have had both.
At the time, yeah, but the thing about Goldberg is that he was done. The character Goldberg was done just so right, and it was what the fans wanted at that time was a guy who would come out and he'd beat his opponent and they'd go for an interview and he would just walk away. He'd never say a word. He didn't talk to anyone. He was just very mysterious, and he started kicking guys' asses in 8 seconds.
Why didn't they make him a heel? Make him a heel earlier. Make him a heel earlier.
I wouldn't have made him a heel. He was just babyface. That was all babyface.
Well, who would have been a bigger babyface? Now, seriously, you put Bret Hart as a heel, which they did, didn't work. If you put Goldberg as a heel and Bret Hart as your babyface, it would have worked. Bret Hart coming in as world champion and Bill Goldberg just turning his back on the fans. I mean, it could have worked, and you could have made him more relevant.
Yeah, you know what?
He eventually did die.
Yeah, going back to Bret Hart, he should have came into WCW as a heel. He could have challenged Sting for the world title, and that could be a good match for that January period he had sold out. Instead of having Bret Hart wrestling Scott Hall, which we've already seen in WWE, why not put him against Sting? Have him going against the title. There's a lot of stories you could do. You can have Bret Hart say, "You stole my freaking move," you know. Scorpion Devil's Sharpshooter, you know, there's a lot of things you could have done with Bret Hart and Sting at that time, but no, they just wanted to go against Hogan again. I mean, we just saw that match. Why you have Hogan again?
That was terrible. The bottom line is they did not shoot Bret Hart to the moon with that momentum coming out of Montreal, and that right there is just. We could have done better than that. We could have, and how old?
Bret Hart was not even important in WCW. Well, when Bret Hart came in, he was not really that important. I feel like they put him as a mid-carder in a way. You know, he won the U.S. title like months later. They put him against Scott Hall, Kurt Hennig, then Ric Flair. I mean, come on, he shouldn't have had a
Whose fault was that? That's the boys in the back. That's the politics.
Yeah. Bret Hart didn't became relevant until like 3 years later when he actually won the world title and as a member of that new NWO they had. You know, that was when Bret Hart was actually on fire in WCW.
Yeah, and
then Bret Hart even said, you know, he didn't have no great moments in WCW. He said he wasn't happy in WCW.
Because they didn't do anything.
Yeah,
he signed a $9 million contract over 4 years, and that's how much, and that's what it was, and that's why he went there. But the irresponsibleness from the boys in the back not to friggin' capitalize for the business. I mean, the business is a big word right now. Not to capitalize on Montreal shows you that they were dipshits back then, and they're dipshits running TNA right now. You know what I'm saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. We're seeing the same fucking pattern in TNA. Retarded decisions with talent on your roster.
Yep.
The same shit going on, and I wanted to put people on a pedestal. I think Hulk Hogan is a great businessman for himself, but for everyone else, I don't care if he shakes everyone's hands in the back and says, nice match, brother, you're going places. You know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't think Hulk Hogan was I don't think he had any say in Hulk Hogan's always going to be my favorite wrestler, always going to be my hero, but I don't think he had any say as far as the Hulk Hogan character getting over because of what he's doing now.
He's had total control, creative control since 1984, since he was with Vince. He has the trademark Hulkmania, and he's probably a great guy. But what I'm saying is he's had total creative control. Not only does that make you control of your character, but that decides who you're working with. What guy you want to make money with, your boys you want to make money with, like the Nasty Boys. Oh, they're my friends, I'm going to work with them. That's what he did his whole career, and not working with Bret Hart when he should have, and not, you know what I'm saying? And he did make mistakes. You got to admit that.
No, he did. I totally agree with you. And what I'm saying is, in my opinion, Vince McMahon is the one who made Hulkamania. And there's no question in my mind at this point. It's always been a topic between everyone. You know, who made Hulk Hogan what he is, and you can tell by what he did.
Vern Gagne also helped build Hulk Hogan, because Hulkamania did start in AWA, and then Vince nabbed him. I mean, and Vince had the power and had the mothership behind him, you know, in the big corporation in which he went to the moon. But
you look at what he does on his own. You know,
he definitely raided a lot of companies to get to where he was. But anyway.
Well, Hogan, look what he does on his own. He can't book shows.
No.
He doesn't do it right.
What is the last good decision he made besides making money?
Turning heel in NWO.
That's a long time ago.
That's it. That was the last great decision he made. That was unbelievable. That was an unbelievably good decision, and that was all him.
Take that back. I don't know if that was a good idea. I don't think that was his decision. I think that was Eric Bischoff's decision to have Hogan.
No, that was Hulk Hogan's decision.
Well,
that was in his book.
I heard that he kicked and screamed. I heard that he was kicking and screaming. He didn't want to give up the babyface role. But you know what? He made a lot of money when he did it. You know what I'm saying? Dude made a shitload of money.
I don't know where you guys heard that. That's not what the way it was. Hogan felt his character, he could start to hear the boos, kind of like John Cena heard the boos, and he said, okay, I think I've milked this Hulk Hogan thing long enough. It's time for me to turn heel. And he actually called up Bischoff, and Bischoff flew to where he was on location to do a movie. Hogan was doing a movie at the time, and he goes, what's up? And Hogan says to Bischoff, you know, who's your third man? And Bischoff goes, I don't know yet. And Hogan said, well, you're looking at your third man. I want to be the third man to be NWO. And Bischoff told Hogan, he goes, well, I was hoping you would because I had you in mind. But they didn't know, like 6 days, I think it was 6 days prior to Hogan being the third man. They had no idea. 6 days prior to the pay-per-view is when they decided that Hogan was going to be the big heel in NWO. It was like a weak decision just on the spur of the moment. It was an unbelievable decision.
I'm hearing differently from both Eric Bischoff and Kevin Nash. They both said that the original third man idea was Sting, but Sting didn't want to turn heel. So they had a meeting with Hulk Hogan, which is Bischoff with Ted Turner and Hogan. I saw this in an NWO DVD, by the way.
I would look it up right now, but Bruce has my freaking book.
Okay. Bischoff said that we want to turn you into a bad guy. Bischoff said he wanted to turn into a bad guy. Hogan was like, "Wow," because he then remember like, "Okay, Hogan just said I did start it off as a heel, but not in front of the kids, not like this." And I think Hogan was kind of like iffy about it, but then he just did it anyways, and there you go.
He said that.
Even Kevin Nash said that. Yeah.
Did you see the documentary, Toby? NWO one?
No, I did not yet.
Well,
that's what he said. Yeah, even
was
Kevin
Hogan
Nash
on the documentary? Was Bischoff on the documentary? They were both on the documentary.
Hogan was kicking and screaming, man. He didn't want to switch.
Because that's different. That is completely different to what Eric Bischoff wrote in his book.
Well, guess who wrote that book? Probably he was probably a ghostwriter.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Whoever wrote Eric Bischoff's book, that's exactly what was written.
I also heard this from the mouth of Kevin Nash as well. He said the same thing. Sting was supposed to be the third guy, but Sting didn't want to turn heel.
Well,
so
that's that's right around where Sting became a born again Christian. He was having trouble with his family, and then he switched. He was having problems at home, so that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't want to do it. He was having really bad problems, so he probably didn't want to go heel.
But anyway, that's what made people want to watch WCW. Hulk Hogan, the biggest babyface of all time. Now, none of us can deny that. Hulk Hogan was the biggest babyface of all time. It still is the biggest babyface of all time. The biggest babyface of all time turning into a bad guy, it makes people want to watch it. People want to find out what the fuck just went on because it's Hulk Hogan turning heel. That would be just, not to the degree, but it would almost be as big as... John Cena turning heel would almost be as big as that, but not as big as that.
Well, if he did it today, I don't know if he'd be big. I don't know. It'd be today, I don't know.
WWF, the thing is about it now, I don't know if the WWE has balls to
run away from that merchandise because there's so many kids buying stuff. So many parents right now. Like if you go to a house show, I mean, pay-per-views are different from house shows. You see, the hicks come out, and those families buy stuff for their kids, and it's John Cena galore. I can't see WWE running from that right now. Everyone keeps saying heel. I wish it would happen, but from a money standpoint, I don't think it'll ever happen.
I said this in the show. I said this in the show before. The freaking heel turn could have happened last year before WrestleMania 28. There was a perfect time to do it. His feud with Kane could have led him to a heel turn against The Rock. Remember the angle going to The Rock. He must beat The Rock. He could have turned heel WrestleMania 28 right there. And at that time, CM Punk's merchandise was getting sold more than John Cena at that time. So you don't have to worry about merchandise sales. CM Punk could have took care of that as a babyface. And you're going to have a heel John Cena right there, but they didn't do it. They're fucking pussies. They're afraid that they're going to lose money if he turns heel. I don't think so. CM Punk could have took care of that shit.
They're going to lose money. Well, the thing is, why would they? If CM Punk's merchandise is going to sell anyway, no matter what, why not have them both sell? Turn someone else heel. Why would they want to squash Cena's merchandise just to have a heel turn when you could have them both making money and turn someone else heel? That's probably the way they're thinking. To us, we would say, fuck, I want Cena to turn heel because it would make great TV. They're not thinking that way. They're thinking of Punk's making a shitload of money, CM Punk's making a shitload of money, keep it as is. That's how they think. They're a billion-dollar company. They're not going to have $500 million just go down the drain for 24-year-old kids to buy Cena shirts. They want those little kids with the wristbands and the foam fingers too, and the hats. They're not going to give that up. When they give that up, it will be a big moment from the standpoint that WWE showed balls, like you said. But I can't believe they haven't done it yet. You know what I mean? So are they ever going to do it? That's the question.
No.
How about that as an ending question? Yes or no, Toby? Do you think they'll ever turn Cena heel?
No, they would have done it already.
What about you, Austin?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, even if they did it, they fucked up because now is not the time to do it. Like, people not going to give a shit. Yeah.
You said it. You said it yourself. They had their moment, and they didn't do it. So what better moment can they fabricate now? It's like it's too late.
Too late.
You can't. Yeah,
it's too late.
It's over. That ship has sailed. You should have done it a long time ago. I think if Cena did turn heel now, it would just kind of be like, a lot of people would just go, what the fuck? And a lot of people would go, it's about time. And I think a lot of other people would just, it's not even interesting at this point. If all of us saw Cena turn heel, we'd be like, okay, like that should have happened a long fucking time ago. I mean, what if Cena, if Cena turned heel tomorrow, that's what you guys would all say. Okay, this should have happened 5 years ago.
I mean, what are they going to do? Make them join the corporation? Well, let's make them join the corporation. That's been done before. You know what I mean? The Stone Cold did that.
Yeah. All right, guys, we have 2 minutes left. This was a great show. But I wish we had it longer, but we got to give our Twitters. So, Chris?
Hashtag Fanny Pack and ROH code.
All right.
Okay.
Toby?
Follow us at Wrestling Heads. I'm not going to give out my Twitter. I'm doing something different tonight.
He's hardcore.
All right, follow us at Wrestling Heads, and you can follow me at Sinister632. You can also follow me at Instagram, the same name. And remember, listeners, bug the shit out of PWG. We want PPRAY and PWG. So yeah. All right, till Monday, which is gonna be my birthday. We'll have another show.
Birthday.
Are you gonna be? You're gonna be on the show on your birthday?
Yes, I will be on the show on my birthday.
That's very nice of you.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday.
Chris can sing, yeah.
Can you save it to Monday? Can you save it to Monday? All right,
no.
so Monday.
I'm doing it tonight and tomorrow, or Monday.
He's gonna text you as soon as we're off the air.
Happy birthday.
All right, guys. Till Monday. Peace out.